Your eyes are not deceiving you. It's a special webisode edition of Unpeeled, and it starts right now. Welcome into the studio. I'm Sam Lebowitz, and today we're talking about the new A24 and Apple TV Plus film, Boys State. A24 was kind enough to send us a screener of the film to watch, and you can check it out for yourselves on Tuesday, September 29th at 7 p.m. for a free virtual screening. But joining me in studio today is our reporter, Gunn, to give us more details about the film. Pat, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Let's go.
Yeah, so Pat, I haven't seen the film yet. I did watch the trailer, but you have seen the film, so why don't you give us some information on what the documentary is about?
Well, buckle up, Sam. It's a great ride, and it's a really great film. Boys State centers around an annual week-long event that takes place in almost every state. The American Legion founded the event in 1935, and to this day, it exists to help juniors in high school learn about civic engagement and running a campaign. Now, there is also a girls' state, but this film in particular looks at a boys' state in Texas in the year 2018. Now, this is a year after that group's boys' state voted to hypothetically secede to Texas from the Union. The group takes part in a fake campaign where the boys form fake political parties, which they build from the ground up, pass legislature, and of course, run a campaign. The directors, Amanda McBain and Jesse Moss, focus on 4 individuals of different backgrounds, and they're all key parts in the election process.
Sounds really interesting, Pat. Sounds like a lot to process.
Yes.
So how does this documentary kind of piece this story together?
Well, it's a really long process where they spoke to 1,100 kids. There's 1,100 kids that go to there. They spoke to pretty much all of them before the filming started, just so they could get an idea of which kids to focus on. They met 3 of the 4 kids they focused on during that interview process. The 4th, Rene Otero, they met during his electric speech for one of the campaign positions. And they set up a private interview room where they could just unwind from the chaos around them and just talk and let go of their feelings and just be more open and honest about how their ideas are going into everything.
So what did you think about this film in particular? What did you think the filmmakers did well to kind of make the documentary work?
They did a lot of things well, but I think the most important thing they did was they let the kids take the wheel. This is a documentary story where obviously the focus is going to be on the event, on the week-long event, on the implications that it has in terms of our local democracy, and it really much just lets these people shine. And this is a really odd community. This Boys State place has its own marching band, it has its own media company, all run by the boys. They have a talent show. It's almost like you're watching Parks and Rec or The Simpsons in terms of community building. And they really do a great job of just letting them shine, letting the weirdness of it and the community, like a sporting event, almost grow.
And so the film is about a fake election, but we're currently in the midst of an actual political election. So what does the film kind of capture about the current American political climate?
It captures it frighteningly well, really. It just looks like starkly how there's a little bit of a divide in our country and how to divide in campaigns. It looks into what do you really need to run a good campaign? Do you need to be moral? Do you need to have you need to be a morally sound party? Do you need to have smear campaigns? Do you need to have moments of unity, or do you need something where you're fighting back, where you're making things flashy? How do you use social media? What are the implications of being honest or dishonest during a campaign? It's really so much about how you can be tactical, how you can be smart, everything that's going on during it, and it goes into everything. And it's looking at basically what's more interesting. It's just looking at it from the perspective of the youth in our world and how they're seeing our country change and develop through their eyes.
Pat, thank you so much for coming in again. Again, you can check out Boys State on Tuesday, September 29th, virtually at 7 p.m. The screening is free, and you can register for it online. You can find the link at A24's Syracuse Facebook page. That'll do it for this Unpeeled webisode. Follow us on social media for more entertainment news. I'm Sam Lebowitz, and Unpeeled fans, stay zesty.